Hello, my name's Wedge and this is a quick run through of a presentation I gave in Stockholm. It's going to run through in about 9 minutes, whereas my real presentation was like 45 minutes. So we're talking about intranet success. You can't launch a successful intranet, you have to grow one. Let's start with the vision, strategy and roadmap. First, we have to consider what are we building within, what's the context? It is the digital workplace. It is not just the intranet we have to care about. So, to the vision. Let's have a snappy elevator pitch that we can tell people in one sentence. Let's make sure that the full vision or mission of the intranet is published and relentlessly shared. Get stakeholder support and get your intranet contributor commitment. Remember, don't tell people it's going to be easier. You don't know what that word means. Don't tell people it's going to be better. They all have a different idea of what that means. And don't promise great search unless you're installing a third-party search engine and have a full-time search manager. Communicate everything you're doing. You're trying to get people involved with their intranet. Not your intranet, but their intranet. Communication is not about awareness, it's about gaining commitment and behaviour change. So relentlessly communicate, share ideas, not just decisions, share progress, not just results. The strategy, of course you'll have it published and you will relentlessly share it. Get stakeholder support for it and get your intranet contributors involved with it. Always keep it up to date because your business changes and so your intranet strategy must change. Remember, not all stakeholders are actually stakeholders. They don't all suffer if your intranet fails and they don't all enjoy intranet success. So be careful who you identify as actual stakeholders. The roadmap. Have a roadmap of features and things you're going to switch on and develop and improve over the next 6 months, 2 years. Publish it, relentlessly share it. Let people know that you are continuously improving your intranet. You cannot launch a big intranet. Rather, you have to develop an intranet over time. Whatever you're doing with your vision and your strategy, think about the communication and the training that people are going to need. Think about your intranet usage. There's usually about 4 major systems: knowledge management, communication, business processes and collaboration. This is all within the culture of your company, of course. Knowledge management, I prefer to think about knowledge sharing. We need to use the intranet to enable better decision making. It isn't about information storing and retrieval. It's about helping people do their job and helping people make better decisions. Sam Marshall works within 10 needs, a framework of 10 things: strategy plus comms and engagement, collaboration, find and share, which is a search technology as well as the ability to share content with colleagues, business applications, agile working, which might be virtualization of the desktop, might be hot desking, governance on operations, adoption, of course you want your intranet to be adopted, user experience, crucial, and the technology and security. However, Luis Ruiz told me we had to drop the word adoption and take the word adaptation because we have to help our colleagues adapt to new ways of working. And how do we know what to provide through and on the intranet? The only answer is research. But never ask people what they want. Instead, watch their work and ask them, what decisions do you make each day? When we're thinking about user experience, there's lots of little tools and processes you can use quite cheaply. You can hire an agency or you can learn how to use these tools. Here's a task model and a use case narrative. These tools are from Optimal Workshop. You might have your own favourite UX research website, but tree testing, card sorting, these things are crucial when considering the information architecture and the menu structure of your intranet. Here's a result of a tree test. You can see some people just went wrong. They expected training to be an internal event. These are the sort of results you get from card sorting. Very strong patterns, but also some outliers. Here's the process. Research comes first, then concepts, then wireframes. Here's some concepts that we, content formula, used to sell the idea of what we could do with an intranet. These were great for stakeholder engagement and stakeholder commitment, but it also helped us conceptualize what it is we were trying to do for these clients. This is a nice touch. Preview on search results page, and modified date. People want to know, is this the latest version of this content? Online forms, of course, we don't want forms in Word documents or even PDFs. We want our forms to be online. It's a really valuable thing to do. This is SharePoint for Jaguar Land Rover, and their news looks good because we designed it that way. Wireframes. Now, these come before the major design and after the concepts. And the thing is, the wireframes are not very pretty, but they're dealing with real functionality and real content eventually. And this allows us to put them in front of people and actually ask them to complete tasks. And then we find what people struggle with, what doesn't work for them, and then we can improve our wireframes. This sort of rapid prototyping saves time and money and is really valuable research. You can do this sort of stuff online, and you can learn the wireframing software, or you can hire an agency, of course. So, within the digital workplace, there are now loads of things and loads of channels that people can use. So you have to provide guidance as to what to use when. Think about what people are bringing to the organisation. They're bringing their own Dropbox, they're bringing OneDrive, they're bringing personal devices. Governance. The politics and processes involved in managing and improving the intranet to support business goals. It's not about a massive document, it's about a set of principles and guidance to help people know what they can do. Mark Morell has written a book about web and intranet governance. Susan Hanley knows everything about the technical and cultural governance of SharePoint. Have a look at her questions. You can have a centralised model of governance or a decentralised model of governance. I don't mind, but remember your content with centralised could be high quality but low relevancy. With decentralised it might be low quality and high relevancy. You just have to work out how to manage that low quality or that low relevancy. You need governance for site creation, content creation, and you need governance for archiving and deleting. We need to archive these project sites and we need to delete content. Engagement. These two are getting engaged, but actually it's a different thing. Our intranet must be useful, usable, and used. Useful means that it helps the right things get done in the right way. Usable means that it's easy to use at the point of need. And used is, well, engagement. It's your return on investment. Remember the Everett Rogers diffusion of innovations curve? And then Geoffrey Moore suggested there was a real chasm between the early adopters who just get it and just will use the things you give them, and the rest of the majority who need evidence and guidance as to why they're using these new ways of working. And then there's the laggards, the people who won't adopt your new technology. This isn't because they don't like it, it's because they have different needs to everyone else in the organisation. So go and do some research with them. To build a social intranet, you must be social. You've got to lead by example, be open, transparent. Share what you're doing, work out loud. And of course, offer social guidance, offer communication guidance. Don't create a tome of do not rules. And, you know, I don't like it when people say, oh, it's a bit like Facebook for work. And it's like, no, this is about collaboration and inter-team communication. It's not about Twitter inside the organisation. So in summary, we need research, we need continuous improvement, and we have to focus on business requirements to solve people's problems. And that was my 45-minute conference presentation in 9 minutes. Cheers.